Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is a special edition of the Divisional Round Playoffs on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we've got a great one on tap between the Seattle Seahawks and the Green Bay Packers. I'll join you again at halftime to look at some of these stats and scores from earlier this afternoon. But for now, it's Sunday Night Football. And on the call, as always, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, the playoffs are back at Lambeau, and the temps, well, they're where you would expect them in the frigid range. Just how the Cheeseheads like it here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Ahead, we'll decide the second entrant to next week's NFC title game as we've got a great one in store between the Seattle Seahawks and the Green Bay Packers. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Who will punch the fourth and final ticket to the conference championship round? We'll know soon enough as we are underway here on a January afternoon. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. So here comes the Packers offense now onto the field. They'll be led out by the former Cal Bear, Aaron Rodgers.
I remember meeting him when he was playing at Cal, and I remember walking away thinking, instead of having Rodgers stitched on the back of his jersey, it should just say confidence, because that's how he felt about his own abilities and his ability to elevate a team.
319. You. Check.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the second and the third level.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Here we go, let's bring it.
Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up. Quickly now, here's a look at the Green Bay offense.
So many weapons on this offense, and we've seen them all season long score from any point on the field. But we all know playoff football comes down to playing smart. The game slows down, and it's harder to move it. So you've got to avoid penalties, avoid turnovers, and not let your emotions get the best of you.
Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Open man is Allison complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
Blue 58. Let's go, defense. Hey, man up, D.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. Give him 18 on that play, and Green Bay has the first as well. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28. The Seahawks, here's their defensive lineup.
Michael Kendricks is an inside linebacker who can roam sideline to sideline and make plays.
On 2nd and 7, Rodgers, the connection made, it's Graham. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 15-yard line. Into the red zone, it's Rodgers. And he finds his tight end, Graham. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. They go back to the ground with Jones. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. And, Charles, despite this list of key inactives that we see here, they've obviously still been pretty successful.
Give everyone credit for this one because, to me, when that happens, key guys are out, the next man steps up and plays well, but that starts with the organization itself, all the way through. No excuses for guys being out, finding guys who are capable backups who can step up and play when they need them, and we've seen the results of that. This team knows how to work through things.
And perhaps now close to the first points of this divisional round game as it's 1st and goal. And he is going to go down back at the 11-yard line. Jadeveon Clowney. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. Dancing to his left. And they will score. It's a Packer touchdown. Taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Packers take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Here come the Seahawks and their offense now under veteran head coach Pete Carroll. They'll be led out by their 5'11 quarterback from Wisconsin by way of NC State, and that's Russell Wilson.
Coming off of a loss their last time out, I think he's just seeking to make a bigger impact on the game. He threw a touchdown pass, didn't throw an interception. I think he just wants to jump those numbers up in terms of flinging it around and letting his receivers get into the end zone.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 23. To throw is Wilson. They set up the screen to Lynch. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
The rushing numbers for Wilson may be down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the 1st down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. From the gun, it's Wilson. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down. And here's the starting offensive unit for Seattle.
And this is a unit that has to feel good about itself. Got the win last week in the wild card round, and oftentimes we say you want to get the open week and get some rest, but many times we see the upsets happen with a team that won the week before and has momentum on its side.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Wilson. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 10 yards and a Seattle first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Wilson to throw. And his throw here's incomplete. David Moore, the intended target, but it'll be 2nd down. And we'll take a look at the starters here defensively for the Packers. They were very strong in that victory from a week ago.
We had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what was fun to me was to hear him say, I like what we did, but we need more pressure on the quarterback this week. What he wouldn't tell us, though, was how he was going to create it. Is it going to be just the front four? Is it going to be three? Is he going to bring linebackers, secondary? This will be fun to check out.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Wilson throwing again. It's complete to Jerome Brown. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. A first carry now for Marshawn Lynch. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still in.
The ball comes out, and the Packers pick it up. And in this very cold night air, how much harder, Charles, is it to hang on to that football?
It's a lot harder, and I know for the most part we think about a ball being slick when there's rain or snow, any type of moisture. But when it's cold and dry like this, and it is cold, it's also slick that way because you're not able to really grip it the same way. Your hands are cold, and then the hits seem harder. So, yeah, it's a lot more difficult to hold on to the football, which means you have to emphasize it that much more.
Wind chills right now, 12 degrees. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. No gain on the play, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Usually the offense has an answer to anything a defense throws at them, including a safety valve. And that's what they did on that play. They went there, but the defense still made an excellent play and held them to no gain.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 14 yards, good for a Packer first down. After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Rodgers. Got a man, that's Allison. And Allen coughed it up.
We got this.
And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. And you probably talked about since training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. Now pickup of 7 there, but they'll still have 12 yards to go on 3rd down. Now a draw play. This is Jones. Jones hit and the ball's out. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that, because everyone knows
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Kenny Clark able to take him down. It's a loss of 3. Another try after the first down sack. Wilson, and now he's going to use his legs. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for third down. From the gun on third down, Wilson. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. From the shotgun, Wilson. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing get, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. He sets to fire deep, and that'll be incomplete. Now, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's fourth down. On fourth down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. Tyler Irvin back deep, and he'll send this one into the cold Lambeau night. Taken from just outside the 30. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, try to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
They'll run on first down. Jones. And he loses the football a second time. And the Seahawks have recovered.
They may have the edge on the scoreboard, but that hasn't made them passive, has it? I mean, they dialed up a pretty good run blitz there. And Brandon, you know that all blitzes aren't just designed to get to the quarterback and the passer. Sometimes you're just trying to take away every gap, every hole that might be created in the running game, and they did it to perfection and caused a fumble there.
Took away the gaps, took away the holes, took away the football.
Three down. Kill. Wait. Check out, read.
On second down, Lynch. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down. Third and long. It's Wilson. Open man is Jacob Hollister. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a fourth down. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. Now it's Wilson, buying time to his left. He can run for it, and he will. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one, picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
Escaping the pressure right. Now he'll pull it down. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. On 2nd down, it's Lynch. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 1st down Seattle on a pickup of 13. Now Wilson on 1st down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
On 2nd down now, it's Lynch. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Taking it in from 14 yards out as they are now on the board here in the first half. Solid job up front, really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
Yeah, that was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You've got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. Now the pass to Grant, and he's got it. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a 1st down as well.
Well, for teams that like to play man coverage, running corner routes can be tough on them because of the ability of getting into it. Sometimes you're squaring it off. Sometimes you're just rounding it. Sometimes there's a fake. Sometimes there's not. That makes it very, very difficult for a DB to stay with it.
Rodgers will bring him up to the line, 1st and 10. And he's hit on his first 9 passes now in the ball game. They'll run it with Jones. Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Everyone got 4 down.
On the Jets sweep, here's Grant. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. The Packers on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Now it's Rodgers, and Adams has it complete. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 39. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Rodgers throwing quickly out to Adams. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. On the delay, Jones. And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the first. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. Back deep for the Seahawks, Tyler Lockett. This one angles out of bounds in a good spot in the coffin corner. And they're going to mark this out of the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. They'll run with Marshawn Lynch. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Wilson.
That first down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room. If you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Now Wilson. Montravius Adams. He's the one that drops him this go-around, and that pass rush getting strong here. Back-to-back sacks.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Are we on the same page here, partner? Because I think they have the right idea. Just take what you can get on 3rd and forever.
Yeah, in real life, I'd say yes. It's just these video games are tempting. You want to go downfield with it.
I like the way you evolve. You know, you learn how to play it the Madden way.
A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Packers will have a short field to work with here as they take over 1st and 10. Jamal Williams making his way back onto the field. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game planned for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and have success through the air, and that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, they've had success, at least so far here in the 2nd quarter. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. Open here is Allison. That's complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Play action. Now it's Rodgers. And Lewis has it, the tight end. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. He sets up the screen to Jones. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 4th down.
I love the intelligence the defense just showed there. Read their keys, saw the screen developing, ran to it, and smothered it. What a 3rd down stop by them.
No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Let's go.
Marshawn Lynch heading back out into the huddle. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the 2nd quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. Wilson trying to urge his guys to go faster and get set at the line. To throw again on 2nd down. Wilson, he lets it fly. And this is what here? Incomplete, they say. It looked like it was intercepted, but he apparently did not get the 2 feet down in bounds. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Eluding the pressure right. He may try and run for this. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down. Not only another first down, that also puts him over 100 yards rushing.
That's not something you see very often in the NFL. We see it more in college. But I think with more of the melding of the college game with quarterbacks, we'll see this a little bit more often in the future.
This one into the hands of Metcalf. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. A 20-yard touchdown, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game.
When you're a great route runner, it makes you that much better as a receiver, because now your quarterback trusts that you're going to be where he expects, and he's able to deliver the ball on time.
Now Myers for the extra point. It's right through, and we are now tied at 13. So the drive there took 6 plays, and the Seahawks capping it off with a touchdown. All square now at 13 all as he sends this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Now Rodgers. He completes it to Jones. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Here's Rodgers to throw again. And that's complete to Adams. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. 2nd down pass play got them 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining. Rodgers again now. And able to find Graham, complete. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. 2 former All-Pros connecting. Rodgers finding his tight end, Graham. Packer first down. Rodgers now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10. Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. It was Trey Flowers that time who got a hand in and broke it up. Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Rodgers. The pass complete to Ryan Graham. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through, and that will do it for this first half. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC Divisional Round matchup. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
But first, let's take a look back to Saturday's NFC Divisional Round game. And it's the San Francisco 49ers who are moving on to the next round as they eliminate the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, in our game, we're set up for a terrific second half. So to find out who will advance to the NFC title game, let's send it back out to Brandon Godden.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half two, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. First down, the run with Lynch. Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for second down. He's still having trouble moving the ball on the ground.
Yeah, so much for halftime adjustment. Sometimes the best adjustment you make is no adjustment. You just do things better. But in this case, I think an adjustment was in order. They may have to change up and start throwing the ball around a little bit more. Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Zadarius Smith gets to him well behind the line of scrimmage. That is a loss of 17 yards.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. To throw is Rodgers. Got a man. That's Allison. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 14 yards, good for a Packer first down. On first down, Jones. And that play will go nowhere, losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Now on 2nd and 13, Rodgers. He's going to take off with it. A nice job of eluding the pressure there, scrambling for 11.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Perhaps they overthought this one a little bit. They've been running it real well on this drive, and it was 3rd and short, okay? They decided to throw the football, incomplete. Yeah, they might have thought just a little bit too hard about that play selection.
So they'll turn to the kicker again. He's been a busy man thus far. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he's going to miss this one. That is no good. Well outside the left upright. And this score will stay right where it is. So an empty possession there. What do you think went wrong, Charles?
Well, it looked like maybe the plant leg might have given way just a little. And when that happens, guys have a tendency to pull through the ball to compensate. And in doing so, sent this one off target.
The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side of the field. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. Well, this secondary has done such a good job of frustrating these receivers tonight. Another example right there on the deep ball.
Sometimes when the sun goes down and it's just the bright lights in the stadium, there's a little extra spring in their step, doesn't it? And that's what we're seeing from the defenders. Doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. Deep ball, short ball, and that was a deep one there. They're making plays on the football, contesting everything.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Kyler Fackrell in there to get him. That is the 6th time that they have sacked him tonight.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
12 yards on the return that time, and it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the Pack up 1st and 10 at their own 26. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And he finds his tight end, Graham. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. From the gun, it's Rodgers. Caught by Jones. Nothing at all on that one. It'll be 2nd down. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. From the shotgun to give to Jones. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a 1st. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
They run on 1st down as they get about 3. 2nd and 7 forthcoming. A gain of 3, 2nd down. A quick throw out to Adams on the perimeter. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. Throwing is Rodgers. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down. He's lucky to be getting that one back.
After what they've done with him all day long, with all the targets trying to go after him, he's obviously gotten smart, and his pride has kicked in. Made a terrific play.
So he's got another field goal, his 4th now in the game. He's making it look easy out there.
He certainly is, and they're always aiming for a swing of the leg that repeats under pressure, right? So nothing's different. He's got that right now because confidence is breeding confidence.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Dean Lowry, his 2nd sack of the night.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
This throw complete, Wilson finding Lockett. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards the pickup there. Now it's Wilson, escaping the pressure right. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Preston Smith in to drop him behind the line for a loss of a yard. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll give him a new set of downs.
You and I both know most coaches are really fearful about their quarterbacks running with the ball. They don't want him to take that big hit. I don't think they worry about that with Russell Wilson. He's so smart in what he does, and we just saw it there on that scramble.
Now Wilson. That's caught by Hollister. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. That was the 8th play of the drive, so a somewhat fitting pickup of 8 yards. Throwing again on 2nd down. Wilson steps away to his left. And he's going to keep it here.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. Eluding the pressure right. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw is Wilson. Going to throw again. Flushed out right. And Jerron Brown's got it complete. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. On 3rd down, Wilson flush to his right. He can run for it, and he will. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th.
He certainly had plenty of success running the ball, and right now I'm getting the sense that he's looking to take off and run every time he steps back to throw it.
But they did a nice job there collapsing on him and holding him to a short gain. And Myers able to knock it through, and the drive will wind up yielding 3. So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they load him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Packer 1st down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Jones. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. 1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. On 2nd down, it's Jones. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. To throw on 3rd down. Rodgers. Open man is Allison complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 17 yards on the play there as the Packers have the 1st down as well. Rodgers now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the 2nd half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Rodgers on target here to Allison. The 20. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Rodgers. The connection made. It's Graham. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion. Rodgers going to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. So decision time now, because a field goal keeps it a 1-score game. What are you thinking?
Well, I'm looking at the down and distance, and that's where the issue comes in. It's not short enough that it's a no-brainer and you go for it. You have to analyze this one, to me, You take the field goal, take the points. I don't think you want to risk coming away with nothing.
So yet another field goal to end a drive. That has been a very common theme. He's now hit 5 of them in this game.
Yeah, Brandon, as an offense, you hate that you've had to call on your kicker so often, but you have to love the fact that time and time again, he's come through.
This one taken just inside the 10. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Super toe.
Forced out to his left. He'll try and run it. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. If the ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Out of the gun, here's Wilson, escaping the pressure right. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. To throw again. Wilson eluding the pressure right. It's caught. Lockett. In the wild card game last week, he had 4 catches, and now he has his 4th catch here. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Flushed out right. He's going to take off with it. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a 1st down.
How many times have we seen this late in the 4th quarter? Because you know the pass rush is getting after him, and they get upfield, get that great push, and what do they create? Space, and he takes off.
Here's Wilson to throw. Flush to his right. He'll run it. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Looked to me like the adopter what my kindergarten teacher always said. If at first you don't succeed, try again. And finally, able to hold him in check. He'd been carving him up running the ball.
That's the first time I think I've seen where the coverage was good downfield and they accounted for him and stopped him for a short pickup.
Yeah, I don't think it was a big adjustment, but much more emphasis on making sure they knew where he was when he decided to take off and go.
3rd and 2, now Wilson being chased out left. He may try and run for this. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the 1st down on a 13-yard run.
These type of plays are backbreakers for a defense. They thought they had him hemmed in, thought they were going to get him on the ground with the pass rush, but were unable to do so. He gets away, picks up a big 1st down, and sets up 1st and goal inside the 10.
Sliding out of the pocket. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Tyler Lockett was the target there. But it'll be 2nd and goal. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Wilson rolling to his right. And now he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. Russell Wilson, his second touchdown of the night. And now they can recapture the lead if they can make the PAT. Not the first time on this drive we saw him take matters into his own hands, and this time he finishes things off with a touchdown run.
You're not going to be happy with me, but I think he took matters into his own feet, didn't he?
No. Davis from the top rope. I like it. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it was Russell Wilson finishing things off with a touchdown run. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
When we see another great performance like this out of Aaron Rodgers, you have to chuckle thinking that his only FBS offer was a walk-on at Illinois.
And now he's the pride of Butte Junior College, of course at Cal. And I remember watching him play at Cal, and he would run 7-on-7 drills. Angry if the ball ever hit the ground, and it didn't do it very often.
Blue 58. Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together.
From midfield, here's Rodgers. Looking deep for Adams. That's caught inside the 20. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. It's a gain of 35. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice hit, boy.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 on the Seahawks 14-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Hey, check 24. Check 24.
Working from the gun, Rodgers. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Grant. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down.
Back.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Quentin Jefferson coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
The kick by Crosby is good. And with that, they will move ahead by 2 here in the 4th. Well, it's hard to put your finger on whether this is something to celebrate or something maybe the offense is embarrassed by, but that's now 6 field goals he's made in this game alone.
Yeah, he's bailed them out quite a bit so far. But it's very comforting to know that you have a kicker that's got your back.
Come on, fellas.
And Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the #1 thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action, now's the time to take a shot.
Yeah.
But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, Three things can happen, and two of them are bad.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Zadarius Smith able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, third and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
Wilson of the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's third and long here. From the shotgun, Wilson escaping the pressure right. Well, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
And good hustle here as this is going to be blown dead right at the 9-yard line.
Absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
Devontae Adams in the Packer offense heading back out. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
It's a gain of 16 and a first down for the green and gold.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously. But at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 4 yards the pickup, first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Jones. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning.
We got three.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Got a man, that's Allison. And his defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. Here's J.K. Scott now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. So Wilson and the Seahawks down by 2. 2 minutes, 17 seconds to go. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Dancing to his left. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Here's Wilson. Throwing again. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Zadarius Smith in there to get him yet again. That is his 3rd sack tonight. They can't figure him out. 2 minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the 4th quarter. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. Now it's Wilson, and he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Montravius Adams in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. Game on the line, season on the line. They're going for it here on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. He's going to let it fly. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage.
And that one Oh, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to come up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw, and it'll wind up being intercepted.
Now the Seahawks forced to use their third and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1. Here's Jones. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones, 46 yards. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further.
Apparently the week off hasn't hurt him one bit. 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season. Got his first touchdown here in the playoffs. Perhaps the week off energized him.
A great article in the paper this morning basically saying that they would not have won the division without him. And he's not their only piece, but I think that's a fair statement.
It's easy to say it this way. He's their main guy.
This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. The safety, Adrian Amos, comes crashing in for the sack. After the sack on first down, Wilson. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down. Here's Wilson. It's complete to Lockett. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. A heck of a play there on third down, but amazingly, they're still short for fourth. Buying time to his left. Now and that's caught inside the 35. Big gains in succession. Last one was over 20. This one over 30. Well, on both sides, you come into this game with so much hope, so much build-up, looking to move on. One side gets to do that, but let's not forget the others. Tough pill to swallow.
It really is, because there's so much hard work, effort. You mentioned the hope to go on and maybe play in the big game itself. Well, let's see how they handle it, though. The offseason is going to be a long one for them because they're going to eat their heart out watching other people continue to play. But can they come back the next year and find it in them to make that same run again and maybe find a way to advance?
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Packers are winners here as we say so long from Lambeau.